Welcome, everyone. Today, we are translating some incredibly powerful ancient wisdom into a highly actionable, totally modern financial playbook. We're looking at the Chanakya strategy for intellectual wealth and financial discipline in this explainer. Get ready, because what we're going through isn't just some abstract theory. It's a tactical, centuries-old guide to really mastering your mindset and protecting your hard-earned money.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Does hard work truly make you rich? I mean, we've all been sold this deeply ingrained societal illusion, right? This idea that physical labor, just grinding day in and day out, automatically equals wealth. But to truly understand financial independence, we have to completely shatter that myth right now.
Look, on one side, you have physical labor. Just picture a laborer hitting a hammer day and night. It's completely limited by physical stamina, it's exhausting, and unfortunately, it rarely leads to true, lasting wealth. But on the other side, we have mental power. This is the exact leverage that ancient kings and modern CEOs use. It's limitless, it's strategic, and it is the true engine of wealth creation. Chanakya, the legendary ancient strategist, actually told his protege Chandragupta that money always flows to those who know how to use their minds, not just their hands.
Which leads us to a fascinating, albeit kind of harsh truth. Wealth is a game of the mind, not hard work. Chanakya proposed a brilliant thought experiment. He basically said, if all the money in the world were suddenly taken and distributed completely equally among everyone today, within just a few years, the intellectuals, the strategic thinkers, they would regain it all. Meanwhile, the purely physical laborers would lose it and end up exactly where they started. Why? Because poverty and wealth are products of the mind, not your current circumstance.
So, how do we actually build that kind of mind? Let's move into Section 1, the Master's Playbook, Mindset to Attract Wealth.
This mindset is really all about the internal psychology you need to stop being a slave to your money and instead absolutely make money your slave. Chanakya laid out 5 distinct rules of wealth. Invest in intellect, recognize opportunities, time discipline, preparation for wealth, and improve company. These 5 pillars are exactly what dictates whether wealth naturally flows right to you or constantly slips through your fingers like sand. Let's break them down.
Starting with rules 1 and 2, you absolutely must invest your time and money into lifelong learning. And here's why. Opportunities never just knock politely on your door and say, "Hello, I'm your chance to get rich." No. They wear disguises. They come dressed up as unexpected troubles, sharp taunts from a critic, or just a totally casual remark from a friend. Only a continuously educated and sharpened mind can recognize these hidden opportunities and actually seize them before they vanish.
Now, what's really interesting about this next one, Rule 3, is this equation. Time is definitively greater than money. Think about it. If you lose a fortune, your intellect can earn it back. But lost time? That is gone forever. The wealthiest people in history literally all agree on one thing. Their strict discipline over their own time was their absolute greatest capital. Moving on to Rule 4, Preparation for Wealth. Think of wealth like a massive, powerful river. Self-control is the psychological dam required to stop that river of wealth from just flowing away. If you don't build this dam before the money arrives, the river is going to wash right over you. Without managing your greed, your urge to show off, or your bad habits, wealth will just flow right through your hands like water through a sieve. And that brings us to Rule 5, your company. Chanakya warned that your future wealth, your character, and your destiny are simply the average of the 5 people you spend most time with. If you sit with negative, unmotivated people, you're going to subconsciously sabotage yourself. But surround yourself with disciplined, ambitious minds, and your own intellect will naturally elevate. Let's move to and see how this builds in Section 2, the Master's Playbook, Toolkit to Protect Wealth.
Okay, so these are the practical, honestly almost Machiavellian tactics to defend what you've built. We have to talk about what Chanakya essentially described as the termite loan. This is borrowed money among relatives or friends that just hollows out and completely destroys the relationship from the inside. We so often give money out of guilt or emotional pressure, but when that money isn't returned, well, not only are your finances ruined, but the bond is totally broken anyway.
Consider this historical example from our source material. There was an ancient merchant named Vishnu Das, and he had a purely emotional response to a relative's plea. He literally gave away his family's life savings out of pity, risking absolute ruin. Unsurprisingly, the relative squandered the money, and Vishnu Das's family went hungry. Now, compare that to the Chanakya response, using your intellect to calculate the risk, protecting both your wealth and your familial ties. We have to stop reacting with emotion and start responding with strategy. And to do exactly that, Chanakya provided what we can call the escalation playbook. When someone asks you for a loan, you don't just immediately say yes or no. You follow these 5 steps: delay, question, secure, scarcity, and donate. This is a brilliant psychological framework for gracefully managing, and often refusing, a risky loan request without causing a massive blow-up. Let's look at how to actually use these tools.
Step 1, wait exactly 24 hours. When the request comes, use time as a shield. Just simply say, "Let me check my accounts," or "Let me discuss it with my family. I'll let you know tomorrow." This cooling off period is absolutely crucial. It prevents you from making a guilty, impulsive decision, and it perfectly tests the borrower's true urgency.
So, the crucial point is, if they come back after those 24 hours, you move to step 2. Ask questions. You demand to know, what is your solid plan to return this money? You want to strip away all their vague emotional promises, because if they get defensive or hit you with a "just trust me," that's a massive red flag. Direct questions expose the real risk of the loan and force them to face the reality of repayment.
Step 3 is to demand security. As this ancient quote perfectly puts it, without a pledge, wealth is water and sand. Back in Chanakya's time, people asked for a gold ring or land deeds as collateral. Today, while you might ask for a post-dated check or a formal written agreement, demanding security acts as an amazing filter. It protects you from scammers disguised as friends. If their intentions are pure, they'll gladly offer the security. If not, they'll walk away.
And this brilliantly illustrates our 4th tactic, creating the illusion of scarcity. If you want to refuse without creating an enemy, say something like, my money is locked in a fixed deposit with a penalty. If you can cover the penalty, I'll withdraw it. This immediately shifts the burden of a financial loss back onto the borrower. Naturally, nobody wants to pay your penalty, so it prompts them to back down gracefully without you having to just say a flat, aggressive no.
Finally, we reach the 5th step, the donation. If the emergency is genuine, like a real medical crisis, but lending the full amount is just way too high risk, compare these 2 options. A high-risk full loan often leads to unpaid debts and bitter enmity. Instead, offer a small gratitude donation. Say, look, I can't lend you $50,000, but here is $5,000 as a gift. Don't even worry about returning it. You preserve the bulk of your wealth, avoid a massive loss, and you actually earn gratitude instead of a delayed conflict.
We're going to end on this vital thought. Chanakya taught that protecting your hard-earned wealth is ultimately the exact same thing as protecting your family. Master your mind, master your money, and before you ever hand over your savings, ask yourself this: if refusing a loan breaks a relationship, was it truly a relationship worth saving?